What's up, world? It's your man, MrSan44Man, seen in 80+ countries, maybe even 90 around the world. I don't know, it fluctuates. But I'm out here, it's a snow day here in Detroit. Yeah, we got a winter storm advisory, and show still must go on. I'm out here still doing what I do. And on the show today, I got some issues that we're going to talk about, or at least show you. We having a problem with broken fire hydrants here in the city of Detroit. So houses are getting burnt down, and nobody has money for that. Also, that murder suspect was caught that shot and killed that guy that was a witness to road rage. So they just arrested him, and also his attorney is the attorney that I retained for my son. So I already know his family paying some bread for he doing all the murder. And 20 grand for my son just for these allegations. Right now in this city, that can really get you behind some bars if you don't have no bread. Seriously, honestly. Also on the show, a soldier came home fighting for us in this country, and he was killed while visiting some friends, day one. That's a sad issue. And also, remember that rapist that I told y'all about? That two police officers shot him in the groin area? Yeah, that fool tried to escape out the hospital. So that was pretty wild too. So I want y'all to check that out. Wasn't that? You know what? I don't understand about these rapists. What are y'all, weak? I mean, women are beautiful. They beautiful, beautiful creatures. And you love to love them. They look good. They smell good. They feel good. But to be out there raping them, man, you gotta be a straight up loser, guy. Why you out there raping women? Get you a girlfriend or wife or something, fool. Nobody out here raping no women but losers. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what you are, but I know one thing, you're losing on that shit. But anyway, top countries of the day: U.S., Canada, Germany, and the Netherlands. That's my top 5 countries in the world that watch the MrSan44Man show. Now, these countries need to step up your game a little bit. Australia, you need to hook up a little bit. Sweden, the Czech Republic, Ireland, Norway, and Denmark. Y'all need to step up y'all game and put up more views. Put them shots out for your people in your country, because I got it down here. Also, my demographics. I already know that I got about 82% males and 17% females. So a lot of things that I be saying, a lot of these males should be on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that I got a lot of males that watch the show. So watch these news reports, and I'll be back with you in a minute.
He says broken hydrants are a huge and growing problem. We just spoke with him on the phone.
When the fire department permanently closed fire companies, they never officially reassigned these hydrants to be checked. So what I'm being told is the water board took on the role of checking some of these, and I think they've subcontracted some of that work out too. So I couldn't even tell you right now who even is responsible to check that hydrant.
We made our way to the city-county building looking for answers, and we're told everything must go through the mayor's office.
The city had to go around the block to get water to put this fire out. By then, it already spread to another house, and we're just trying to get some answers.
Late this afternoon, we received this statement from the mayor's office. It reads, "We have confirmed the fire hydrant on Margaret Street is broken, but will be repaired by Friday. The second hydrant crews tried to use last night was frozen. We continue to check hydrants throughout the city to make sure they are working."
And we will certainly stay on top of this story. That was our Hank Winchester. All right, thank you, Chuck. Also new tonight, an arrest has been made in the murder of a witness connected to a violent road rage shooting. 21-year-old Avantis Parker of Northville was picked up on Monday for the murder of Brandon Charles. Parker's charged with open murder along with 3 other charges. Now, Charles was shot and killed on January 29th in Ypsilanti Township. He was found dead just hours before he was set to testify in a road rage shooting case. Parker is being held tonight without bond.
What's up, world? It's your man, MrSan44Man, seen in 91 countries plus around the world. Hey, listen, I want you to check out this footage. This cat, if you look in my stories, is a suspect in that murder of that road rage person, and that witness was supposed to show up. His attorney is the retainer of my son for his case. So you get a chance to check him out, and I'll get back with y'all later.
Also on the edge right now, a local judge under fire. He let a criminal go free after the guy admitted to armed robbery. Police say that same man committed a murder just days later. Fox is under ice and live now in Ypsilanti with more. Andrea.
You know, Huel, I am sure there are people out here who are angry about this and not at all surprised by these new charges. People who would say this young man should have never been trusted and should have never, ever been free to go. Washtenaw County Sheriff's deputies have seen 21-year-old Avantis Parker before. That is, before he ended up locked up, linked to a murder. The first time, last year in late April, Parker was accused of armed robbery, pulling a gun on a Cottage Inn pizza delivery driver. Nobody got hurt because that guy got out of there, called the county cops and his manager, who says he was there when the police found the pistol.
Police officers were looking around the apartment and noticed there was a gun. They tackled the guy and took him outside.
The delivery driver was ordered back to the scene to point out the suspect.
He went back and he had identified the guy and said, yeah, that's him. That's the guy that tried to, rob me. He could have been killed.
And about 2 weeks ago, according to court documents, Parker pled guilty to a felony involving a firearm and pled no contest to a couple of other violent crimes, all connected to this Cottage Inn incident. A Washtenaw County assistant prosecutor asked that Judge Archie Brown remand Parker, meaning keep him behind bars until he is sentenced. Judge Brown denied that motion, and Parker was free to go, allowing his bail to continue until his next day in court.
After he pled guilty, he should have been in jail right away, But even before sentencing, it still gives him the freedom to go out and kill somebody, or this is a dangerous guy.
And he says that because of what police say happened just 4 days after Parker entered those pleas. 28-year-old Brandon Charles of Ypsilanti Township was found dead in the driver's seat of this Ford sedan. Detectives tell us it was parked in a driveway on Calder Avenue, and investigators tell me they have probable cause, reason to believe Parker committed this crime, and he has been charged with murder.
Maybe if the judge wouldn't have let him go, first time.
Everyone wants to be a Monday morning quarterback. Should he have stayed in jail? I mean, you can ask that. I think it's an unfair comment, or people casting aspersions upon the decision of the court to allow him to remain on bond. It denies him the right to be presumed innocent. So he's presumed innocent right now. These are allegations, nothing more at this point.
When we asked the prosecutor's office how they felt about Judge Brown's ruling, they issued this statement. Brown is a good judge, a fair judge, and a man of conscience. Although we disagree with the ruling he made, we have no doubt that it was made in good faith. But we know this will affect him. And Parker's attorney says this.
What he's looking at that point in time in which he made the decision, I think his reasoning should stand that at the time that he made that decision, it was a very reasonable decision based upon the circumstances with which he was faced.
Now, we did request to speak with the judge about this, but we were told that he does not comment on ongoing cases. I just want to say and make it clear that this suspect is innocent until proven guilty. Huel?
Well, Andrea, were we able to talk to the victim's family about Parker's release and the judge's ruling at all?
Well, we did go to the family's home. We did talk with them. They were not ready to go on camera. When I asked them about Parker and about the judge's ruling, they said, you know what? Our loved one was shot to death. He's gone, and nothing will bring him back.
Difficult and tragic. Andrea, thank you.
That's what's going down, y'all. And that attorney is not cheap. I'm telling you, that boy family least paying $30,000. If I'm paying $20,000, I know he paying $30,000 because he on a murder, maybe more. It's rough out here. And if you don't have an attorney, like I told you, you might get yourself caught up in something. especially on allegations. And that's what's getting a lot of folks locked up here in Detroit. Allegations. It's your man, MrSan44Man, keeping it real. It's a big snowstorm we got this morning, but I see y'all outside.
A naval petty officer returns home from overseas to Detroit on leave, but he didn't know his first night home would be his last. Petty Officer Terrence Hill Jr. was visiting his girlfriend on Manor back in January. They were in front of her house when a car pulled up and a gunman got out. He robbed them. Terrence tried to fight back to defend himself, but he was shot in the chest.
My son had so many plans, so many goals he wanted to. He told me, Mom, by the time I get 26, 27, I want to have a little girl. And I told him, well, Terrence, you got to get married first and get a good wife. And he never had that chance. I feared the Navy, the military, never knowing that the streets of Detroit will be where my son would be taken.
A good man gone. Now, this is a composite sketch of the killer. The reward is now up to $12,500. Call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. If you have any information, you never have to give your name. And have you seen these two teenage girls? They're cousins, and they're missing right now. Deja Jones and Lasha Leggett were last seen February 4th on Hickory Street on Detroit's east side. Deja is 16, Lasha is 15. They're told that both girls are in good physical shape, good mental condition as well. If you've seen either of these two young girls, please call Detroit police. I think that getting shot in the groin would put a suspected rapist out of commission, but apparently not, because today he tried to escape. The 19-year-old man was hit twice right between the legs by two undercover cops posing as strippers last night. He was taken to St. John to be treated. Today he asked to go to the bathroom and never returned. Instead, he tried to climb through the ceiling tiles, trying to get away. The Detroit police locked down the hospital, evacuated the second floor. They eventually found him stuck inside the hospital walls, where he re-injured himself.
I'm a bit relieved that the guy is gone. I was the only person in my room. I'm not worried or anything, but I could have been asleep and he dropped from the ceiling and held me hostage. I don't know if he was armed or not.
Until that suspect may now be moved to the Detroit Receiving Hospital, where there's a full-time police unit on duty to watch him. Police say that he raped several women that he met online.
And now to an inmate's escape that wasn't so great. It was enough to cause a scare inside St. John Hospital this afternoon. Let's bring in Will Jones to tell us about what happened this afternoon. Will.
Well, apparently he did not think this plan through, because he did not get far. Right now he's recovering here at St. John Hospital from a gunshot wound. He was arrested last night for sex crimes. He was shot by police during that time, and he was in police custody today when he tried to make his escape.
It was chaos. That's how people at St. John Hospital described the search for the suspect playing hide-and-go-seek with Detroit police. Marlene Brown was at the hospital. She didn't know what was happening.
I seen a lot of police, ambulance, and police going all up in the hospital. I mean, it's crazy.
The suspect was at St. John in police custody, recovering after he was shot by Detroit police last night. We're told when the suspect went to the bathroom today, he had more in mind than relief. He made a run for it, and police and hospital security quickly rushed into action. Veronica Brown saw it all.
And the only thing they said, they was looking for somebody inside the hospital. And then there was the police, there's chaos, there's everybody looking for this particular man, but they're not saying who he or what's going on with him.
The suspect tried to escape through the ceiling of his hospital room's bathroom and got stuck. Police later found him in the wall between the bathroom and his room. Veronica says it was like a scene out of a movie.
Yes, it is. It ain't but one way to know. You have to see it for yourself.
And after that interview with her, she said it was time for her to go home because of seeing all that chaos today. That was enough chaos for today. Right now, hospital officials say that no one was in any danger at all at any time. And right now, Detroit police, they're not releasing the suspect's a name or what he's going to be charged with or the charges from yesterday. We're live in Detroit. Will Jones, Local 4.
And tonight we're nearing the end of the Kwame Kilpatrick corruption trial in Detroit. Both the prosecution and defense rested their cases today. Kwame Kilpatrick, his father Bernard, and Bobby Ferguson had one last chance to testify in their own defense. They all refused. If they had, they could have been questioned about their previous convictions, including perjury and other crimes. In the past 5 months, the prosecution argued that Kilpatrick and company were running a criminal enterprise, taking bribes and cheating Detroit out of millions. But defense attorneys claim there were no crimes ever committed.
We're confident that we've done the job that we've been asked to do by our clients, and now it's in the hands of the jury and God, and that's it.
Now, if convicted, the men could face up to 20 years each in prison. Closing arguments are set for Monday.
We're just days from deliberations. After less than a week of testimony, today the defense rested in the Kilpatrick corruption trial. Now, by comparison, it took the prosecution nearly 4 months to present its case. Local 4 defender Kevin Dietz joins us now with a look at what's next. Kevin?
Bobby Kilpatrick has told me on a number of occasions that he's not guilty, but at the end of the day, the jury never heard from the mayor as he decided not to take the stand in his own defense. His father, Bernard Kilpatrick, and his friend Bobby Ferguson making the same decision. So today, the defense rested. The defense called its final 2 witnesses who said they sold equipment and insurance to Bobby Ferguson, disputing government claims that Ferguson took cash for city contracts without doing any work. With that, the defense rests its case.
Of course we think we're going to win. Otherwise, why would I get up in the morning and do this? Okay? I mean, if you're going to compete, you're going to compete to the very end. And we're confident that we've done the job that we've been asked to do by our clients. And now it's in the hands of the jury and God, and that's it.
Looking at up to 20 years of convicted, going home free men if acquitted. 2 of the 3 defendants had nothing to say on the final day of presenting evidence.
How do you feel about you happy with all that? Mr. Kilpatrick, do you want to say anything about how you're feeling on the last day?
Seem pretty confident with the way things are.
How you feel, Bernard? You feel okay?
A whole lot better than I did day 1, I tell you that.
Only Bernard Kilpatrick speaking up, saying he feels confident and is thrilled Judgment Day is almost upon us.
Glad to hear it's true.
The final steps, jury instructions, and closing arguments, which will go Monday and Tuesday.
We hope that they take their time and that they look at all the exhibits that we put in, as well as what the government put in, and they go through all of the evidence, and there's a lot of it. So for me to sit there and say it's going to be a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I have no idea. If I had a crystal ball, I certainly wouldn't be here doing this.
Did the government prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt? That is what the jury will be deliberating, as all involved watch and wait. If Kilpatrick had taken the witness stand in his own defense, prosecutors would have had an opportunity to ask him all kinds of questions about his past, including his criminal record and his incarceration, so it's really no surprise that in the end he decided not to take the stand in his own defense. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to take an inside look at what's coming up in the closing arguments.
Y'all checked out them stories. That was some wild shit, wasn't it? But you know it's going down like this every day, and it's getting worse and worse as the day goes by. I don't know what to say. Our city is really in a shamble. Our people is really like out there, like, I don't know. And I try to do what I can to expose what we have going on. Maybe somebody come and help us out a little bit, but that don't seem to be happening, and the people just going crazy as the day goes by. So I really don't know what to say. All I can do is show you how we act and how we are reacting to what we call a recession in the city of Detroit. We got crime waves. Just take a look at all the stories that I put together for you, and you'll see that these are not concocted stories. These are stories that really are happening in our city. And right now, it's real bad in our city. And a lot of people going hungry, a lot of people going crazy, and it's just wild. I don't like to report and show the reports of these stories, but I want you to be informed. I want you to see what's happening, because that's what's keeping it real, it's keeping it raw. You can judge for yourself on the stories how the news media depict it, but I'm just putting it out there so you can see. In case you missed it, in case I never got a chance to see the story, you can run back on it time after time, like DVR on MrSan44Man show. This is MrSan44Man out here on the streets of Detroit. That's I-94, most dangerous highway in America. And also, the coldest day that we got and the snowiest day this year. This is your man, MrSan44Man, seen in 80+ countries around the world. Y'all stay tuned, and I'm out of here. No driving for me today, no GA. Peace.
Check it out. MrSan44Man in a top secret meeting with the president.